All right, team, what's going on? I'm Tim Jenkins, and welcome to All Things QB, where I break down every single clip and show you guys the most important ones. Today, we've got Caleb Williams, a tough loss against the Arizona Cardinals. A lot to learn from this tape, so without further ado, let's jump into the film. All right, team, we are opening up with what just so happens to be the first play of the game. And I'm not going to lie, I love it. Okay, we got a little spot concept. Nothing crazy at all. DJ Moore's going to work in on the spot route. We got the swing. DJ Moore's going to lean in on the stop. We got the swing. Putting this defender in conflict. This defender runs with the flat route. The spot will be there. If this defender sits, then we will be able to hit the swing. Number 2 gets to the flat. You can see it. Boom. Great 7-yard gain. Love little drive starters like that. When I say a drive starter, I mean that first down, that first and 10. How great is that? Get the ball out of your hand. We avoid the rush. Really good. Okay, this one we got to check shot. So we see something, we check into our shot play. Okay, we check into a 3x2 shot. When I say 3x2, I mean 3 receivers on one side, 2 receivers on the other. We're an empty. And we've got it. We've got it. We've got it and we're just late. We've got it and we're just late, to be honest. Interesting little concept here, where we've got the little Hank route from our tight end. We got the sit route outside. We've got a little bender here from Keenan Allen. Then we got more of an in route here and a takeoff. Or those could be flipped, to be honest. Nope, that's exactly what we've got. So I don't know why Caleb's eyes start to the boundary, but they do. He's looking for something to the boundary. Then by the time he gets off the boundary and resets, you see how he just holds it? It's like this ball needs to be going to Keenan Allen now. And that's when we start a delivery. That little hesitation is what ends up getting us to where we're late with it and they can make a play on it. I mean, really great football, honestly. Like a great throw, great football, but by being late with it, they're able to make a play on it, right? So the throw wasn't bad, right? We got to separate the two, because that's a great football. If this DB doesn't make a play on it, it's a perfect ball, right? But because we're late on that reset, we go to the boundary first, reset, and we're late, that extra little split second, man, makes it to where they're going to be able to drive and make a play on this thing. It's tough. One of the many things in this game where you sit there and you go, if only, if only we'd have thrown it a little bit earlier. If only. This is that same first drive. Caleb just making something happen. For the life of me, I don't know how we're protecting stuff. So it's like we've got a free runner, but I got to be honest, I think Caleb has to know that he's got a free runner here because our line is turning to the left. So our line has a slide here to the left. And we're probably accounting for a 1, 2, 3, and I'm guessing this is who we mic'd. And then what we end up getting off the field side is these two, and we've only got one guy. So it's like we either need to easy, Roger, and slide this thing to the right, or which is what Caleb does. He ends up making a play. The high start to the left, though. That's where it's like the line sliding left, our eyes are going left. I don't understand that, but does a good job extending the play and finding Rome on the sideline. So it's one of those that you end up making something good out of it. It's also just like kind of a worrisome that we have these sorts of things going on where it's like the line is not helping. That's the other thing too. I'm not going to sit here and be like, it's Caleb Williams' fault, because the line ain't helping him. But these sorts of ways in which we have our protection set up, and then also not really knowing, I guess, where we're hot. But I don't know if he doesn't know because he then gets there and beats the guy, or if it's kind of hard to exactly tell what's going on, which I think is even more frustrating when you watch the film. But I mean, it's one of those things. When we talked about Caleb early on, we said, hey, listen, his athleticism and his ability to make a play will help him be more productive early in his career. And so this is a perfect example of that, where if you're a statue back there and you don't know the protection, right, or hey, there's a protection miscommunication or just a faulty play design, you have a hard, like it's harder on the statue. Would have been sacked. Instead, Caleb turns it into a 15-yard gain. I love this angle on this one too. Just awesome. Absolutely awesome. Awesome. This one, we've got another scramble drill, and we've got the note WTF, which you guys means what the heck. I, for the life of me, can't figure out what's going on. So Caleb buys all the time in the world. All the time in the world. Looks like DJ Moore's hurt, so he's going to take himself out of the game. DJ Moore is going to walk all the way over to the bench and sit down before Caleb Williams even gets the ball out of his hand. So, sorry, I shouldn't say that. He lays on the bench, ball still in the hand. So we're down one receiver. Then I've got Rome literally with someone on his back putting his hand up. Like, that's the classic, what I yell at my second graders in flag football about, which is yelling for the ball, right? That's just the classic. Put it up, I got it. Although, don't worry, we'll throw you a couple of jump balls later in the game that you sure as hell won't come down with. So put your hand up now, though. That's great. DeAndre Swift, you're going to stop. Cole Kmet, listen, we haven't thrown to you at all, so I don't blame you for having no energy, but you're just going to stop. And then Keenan Allen is going to push off so that instead of just having an incompletion, we're going to now have a OPI. So just an absolute clinic on how to not operate in scramble drill. Just a perfect clinic of how to give no effort when your quarterback's working his tail off, completely check yourself out of the game, or pretend like you're going to win a 50-50 ball even though you haven't won one the whole season. Just absolutely gorgeous stuff from the Chicago Bears offense. Just awful. Just awful. You got a guy running around, competing his tail off. I shouldn't say awful. Keenan Allen, solid, right? Hate the push off, but at least competing to get back for the football. Everything else, I'm just not even, I don't know how you coach caring about the game. Like, I don't know how you coach, hey, we're 4-3, our division's loaded, we need to win a football game. I don't know how you coach that. I don't know how you coach caring. And then everybody be offended. Oh, what, you're insinuating I don't care? Yeah. It's exactly what the tape is showing. It's showing that you don't care. I'm not insinuating anything. I'm looking at what you put on tape and then articulating exactly what it shows, which is that you don't care. It's the dumbest thing when pro athletes do. They get all offended. Oh, what the heck you know? You couldn't do what I do. Actually, on that clip, I could. I could stand around on a football field. I absolutely could. That's one thing I know I could do. Just pisses me off. Anyways, here we've got a good one. Got ourselves a little curl route here. Cole Kmet. I actually think he's working this thing vertical. I actually think this is like a called like little bullet route. But the curl's there, take the curl. It's a 3-angler too. The curl's there, take the curl. It's a pretty darn good job by Swift. That's a tough matchup. When someone's got a 10-yard sprint trying to blow you up, that's a pretty darn good job holding your ground. That's a good job by Caleb getting the ball out of his hand. It's a positive play. Man, it's like... I don't know why I get so frustrated. I think it's just I love football. Also because, you know, I lose with you guys, but yeah. Good ball. That's something positive to take out of it. That's a positive play there. This one is such a good ball. Oh, this is just like such perfect timing too. Like the same guy that puts his... Sorry, I almost said the F word. Actually, I did under my breath a little bit, which is like not what I meant to do. I don't like cursing. But it's just... All right, calm down. I've got a sail route here. I've got a curl route here. And I've got a speed out here. We're going to hit this sail. Okay, we've got it. We've got a tight sail window here. It's not a great window. We've got a tight sail window here. And we put an absolute perfect ball. And the same guy that had someone on his back and put his arm up, because I'm going to make a play, drops the ball. Unserious behavior. Uncompetitive behavior. Sure, physical errors happen. They definitely happen. Physical errors are going to happen. It's the compounding physical errors when we got another 3-angler for you. When we just put a hand up as if we're going to make a play. Hey, it's scramble drill. I'm just put my arm up. Throw it up to me. But if you give me a handoff, a long handoff, I'm going to drop it. No, I care. I care more than you know that I care. And then I think let's talk about the line a little bit here because this is incredible stuff. Great job by Kmet. Look at Kmet working his tail off. Make the plays that are out there. So mad. It's just frustrating. Caught this one at least. The other thing too is the way in which Shane just abandoned bunch is just a whole different conversation because like it's like we put him in bunch and look at this sorry, the kids are waking up over here, so starting to get people yelling in the background. But we just abandoned bunch, and we had a concept. You sit there and you go, all right, we have the concept where we get into bunch. We run what we would have called Hawkeye, which you have the corner, you've got the sit, and you've got the flat. And it's like we pop a guy wide open, just lack of communication. And then it's like I did not revisit bunch enough for my liking when something like this happens. When something like this happens where it's like you pop somebody wide open, let's get back into bunch. Let's make them communicate it better. You know, and I get it, man. Maybe we didn't have a bunch of bunch concepts in, right? Maybe we didn't have a bunch of, hey, we're going to get into bunch. But like whatever we have, let's call it. Let's unload the play sheet in that direction. Let's feel free to unload the play sheet, you know? But that one was a darn good design, darn good play. All right, team, it is halftime. We are 7 clips into this thing. We've got 7 more clips to go. But before we do that, if you've enjoyed this video so far, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And as always, let's FTA this thing, which means comment for the algorithm. Do me one more favor. If you're on X or you're on Reddit or you're on something, please share this video. Help other Bears fans or people that are interested in Caleb Williams see this video. It would mean the world to me. And if you're a football junkie like me, jump over to our Patreon account. The link is in the description. We've got more clips and longer breakdowns. Plus, the NFL started to copyright strike these things, which means your guys' subscription over there on Patreon, it like fuels the growth of this channel. It means the world to me that you guys are willing to support. So that's all I've got for you guys for halftime. So let's jump back into the film. Now we've got a perfect one to talk through because we've got a no grade. We've got a fade. The note says fade. Let's chat. What I want to talk about is, okay, so we motion across. We get bump, right? Motion across. So we know what Caleb is seeing, which is he's got a matchup here that he likes with the fade. What the Bears are doing here is this is a cop route, so a corner stop. And it looks to me like machete where you've got double deep overs and you're trying to get like a downfield kind of confusion or runaway. And it's tough because the concept. So when you look at something like this, what you really have is you have like an alert/1. Hey, you know, if you like it, take the one-on-one, right? Then you have the deep over to the cop. All right. So it'd be like what we would call a pure progression. Pure progression. That's just not even written. That's on me. But PP, let's call it pure progression, where you're 1 to 2 to 3, okay? With an addendum, which is, hey, if you have press coverage or if you have one-on-one, you can take this fade route. So that's how it would show up on the read sheet. So I get what Caleb is doing. Caleb's thinking, hey, I've got the one-on-one. Let me take it. Now, what ends up happening is the concept, because it's a pretty darn good call for this coverage, ends up with DJ Moore running wide open. And it's another form of miscommunication from a bunch or a tight set, if we're being honest. So that one's tough. That one's tough all the way around. Because I think if they would have just ended up reading the concept out, I think they would have been fine. If we just talk through the football, pretty darn good ball. If we're just talking through that throw. Not a bad throw. Should be able to make a play on that. Now we've got, as you guys know, a third down drop. Just a tough one. Honestly, Pretty darn good design from hey, we feel like we're going to get man. We feel like we're going to get matchups. Let's put Keenan Allen in the slot. Give him a preferred matchup. Let him push vertical, sit down. Just have to make that play. Have to catch the ball there. Kib does a good job with his feet there. 3 hitch. 3 hitch lets it rip. Just. You can see it on his face. That's tough. Here we got a little scramble dime. Can see him work the whole progression almost. And then gets out of the pocket, cuts this thing back. It's a really good job. It's a really good job by Rome, too. Really good job by Rome. Bumping back inside, giving him a chance, giving him an outlet, something to actually throw to. Darn good job. Darn good job, darn good job. All right, team. Now we got a 4th down dime. Love this one. I actually love the design here. It's a great job. They're doing here is they're motioning. Just a quick motion from Keenan Allen. Bump into here. He's on the out route. We got a little sit route here. Inside release corner. Really great stuff when it comes to a 4th down play. Gives you a lot of options at the sticks. And then if we get, 0 that we feel like is going to get home, they get cover 0 here. But if we get 0 that we feel like, hey, this might get home, then we got that deep one that we can throw up as kind of a, I don't want to say a high percentage throw, but we got that deep one that we can kind of throw up there if we have to from a pressure standpoint. But just a really good ball. I think this one we got another 3 angler for you because, yeah, don't see it that well on that tight. These are the things that are kind of frustrating because you sit there and you go, there are good things on the tape, which I guess you should be more encouraged by than frustrated, but it's a great ball. Great ball right there. Just now we got a 4th down sack. This is the picture that I tweeted out that went crazy, but I mean, party at the quarterback, 2 of our guys on the ground, just ugly. Yeah, not good. It's hard because it's like we get beat in so many places where, okay, hey, we get beat on the twist, right? Left guard gets stuck on his guy. Twist comes inside. He's got his back turned all the way to the twist. So then Caleb tries to react to get away from a free runner. And instead we've got DN choke slamming him. Now we got double slant. This one, These are the ones where you sit there and it's like, these have to be better footballs. Okay, double slant, read it inside out, 1-2. DJ Moore does a great job creating separation. Just can't put it that high. Cannot put it that high and inside. Could you make the argument? Of course, you can't see it because camera guy stinks. Those are the ones that you got to throw body up so that way the defender can't get in there, right? We don't need the defender getting in there and flipping it out. We need to body it up so that they can catch and tuck it. This is the last one I got for you guys. Great football here. And then we just don't know where we're at on the sideline. It feels like it's got to be a catch, honestly. Just a nice spray release out. I have to make that play. Got to make that play on the side. That's a great throw over the top. It's a great football over the top. Look at it from here. Gosh, gotta finish that thing. Gotta finish that thing, man. So, all in all, where does it leave us? Where does it leave us? So, the real reason I think he struggled is, if I'm being honest, the receivers. We had way too many drops. We had way too little effort in scramble drill. So, yeah, I mean, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I think the real reason we're sitting here on a Monday with another loss is the receivers. I don't think we got into certain concepts enough, if I'm going to, be honest about where we're at from an offensive calling standpoint. It's just hard to walk away from this game and think, man, Caleb struggled, right? It's hard for me to be like, Caleb played awful, but we've got to make some plays around him. We've got to protect. We've got to know our protection if we're Caleb. We've got to make a couple better throws. And then we have to catch the football. We have to make plays in the receiver room. We just have to. So I want you guys to comment. Let me know what you thought. And until next time, peace.